Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Athena's Listening Crew for another episode of Real Talk. I'm Lina.
I'm Renee. We are on episode 11. This is exciting. And this is
Double
actually
dip.
double digits. And I actually think this is going to be kind of a good one because Lina came in blazing today, which is she's on fire today. Just this is going to be exciting. She came in with some energy. So I just pew, 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 right? Sorry. That's she came in with that.
I was like, pew, pew, pew. 'Cause it was-
So of course, really side note. So my first thing is Lina, like there's Legos, right? We lots of Legos. We show
yeah,
your
like my roses back here. Those are
oh,
Legos.
I did not know those were Legos in the
Yeah.
background.
Yep.
Nice. And then you have an owl, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So as
because
y'all know, like if you've seen our image, we have Athena and the owl, right? Goddess Athena. So here's our owl.
Yeah, it's so cool looking. It's a big, it's all like gray with it's on
Yeah.
a wooden
Shake that
stick.
tail feather, right?
With that tail feather. So we have decided, and we brought this up. So 2 points out of that, because my first thought is we need to go get a Lego Athena with guns coming in blazing hot, right? So if you guys know, and so we're trying to figure out, okay, where do we find these? And so Lena, she said she's gonna start doing some researching. But if you guys know where we can find like an Athena Lego set or
Mhm.
something like that, definitely let us know. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Because there are some like underground Lego creators that just are so talented and they create their own creations. So if you know like a website or resource or something or a YouTube,
Hmm.
whatever, yeah, can you drop us a hint and then we're gonna pursue it. And
Hmm.
yeah, because
Yeah. And we also need what? Oh, we
no,
also
go
need a
ahead.
name help with the name because we want to use the owl as our mascot. So,
Hmm.
and we want to come up with some kind of fun, empowering Greek
Yeah,
goddess name.
for the owl instead of yeah. um I also notice, as you can tell, like we're kind of harnessing the animals and creatures. There's a lot of wisdom with them.
Hmm.
Above your head, Renee, what is that on the wall?
Oh, this the dragonfly. It's
Yeah,
huge, right? It's of
yeah.
course it's also the only place in this my home where
Because you get
it's
excited when you see dragonflies. So
yes, I
tell us
do.
about
I
it.
love dragonflies and the symbols behind them. But it's a huge a black metal dragonfly. It oh, just unfocused everything. Okay, I love it. So I love dragonflies. I've got curtains on the bathroom door because for those who don't know, I live super tiny, so I use curtains instead of a door in the bathroom, so forth. But the curtains have dragonflies on them as well. I just picked up these stickers. The dragonflies as well. They're two little ones,
Oh,
and I got them at the same place. And that's when we went to go check out sagebrush and Saguaro sagebrush or
saguaro, sagebrush, and saguaro, saguaro, the
Saguaro.
the cactus,
Saguaro. Saguaro.
saguaro.
No, there's no G. Saguaro.
Oh, sorry.
And oh, quick side note, the saguaros are mainly only found in Arizona and little parts of New Mexico, little parts of Mexico and little parts of California because it's only in the Sonoran Desert. So if you see them anywhere else
They're
in the world,
huge.
yes, and if you see them anywhere else, they're illegally transported there. Just side note right there.
Oh, so they really
Hmm.
are native to here. Okay.
Yes, they are. They're
Saguaro.
only supposed to be
I
here.
apologize, Arizonians. I mispronounced it. As you all know, I'm a transplant.
Um, but anyways, the dragonfly, I picked it up at the sagebrush store, and we actually are going to be interviewing her. So she will be on next month, and we have her set to go on the 28th. So it's a really awesome shop that when we went into that, we really checked it out. We both like, wow, we totally checked it, loved it. So it's in
Yes.
downtown Tucson or close to
Yes, it's
downtown.
called it's the historic fourth district. And
Hmm.
we want to just give a shout out to that area because Renee and I we kind of scoped it out to go meet Nicole and then went back there just to kind of check out a lot of the other small shops down there, small business. And it turns out a lot of them are owned by women.
Yes.
And they collaborate, they like promote each other.
Hmm.
It's really, really cool. Like if you want to get that, and there is a like a bohemian vibe to it, but they're so nice and
Hmm.
kind and it gives you that nostalgic feel, and you can just walk in. And each store is unique. There's a lot to
Mm-hmm.
see, there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of history there, and there's a lot of stories that and I are hoping to find some time to kind of like explore them. But yeah, if you're in Tucson or you're from Tucson area, whatever, if you come through this town, check out if there's any place like the historic Fourth District. It's all like it's Fourth Street and it's up and down that street. It's
It,
by the University of Arizona.
yeah, it was really cool because we went in, we spoke with one lady, the business owner, and we were telling her what we're doing, and then she just started rattling off.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Oh, go over here, and you can check out this one." And
Mm-hmm.
we were keeping this list, and she just started
Yeah.
rattling off so many. And it was kind of really cool.
We
So,
were talking like from a taco place who, was, and then like to vintage shops, to sex shops, safe
mhm.
sex shops.
I can't wait to go to the sex shop. I want to go
Yeah.
to the sex
We have
shop.
not yet explained it. And she was a candle maker, so she had this really
Hmm.
neat workshop behind her store, and then she sells all kinds of other things. And like Nicole from Sagebrush, she has a lot of neat, but she has a lot of cool house plants too,
Hmm.
and she's like a plant whisperer as well. So just really, really, it was a neat discovery of this
Hmm.
place, and so yeah, encourage anybody to go check them out, please,
Yeah, that
and
was
get
cool.
to know the storekeepers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope we get the lady the candle making because she had a really kind of cool story of
Yeah.
her up and coming and how she got
Rustic
in and all
candle.
that rustic candles, how she got
Rustic
in.
candle.
So, oh,
Yeah.
and that's where I got my other sticker. And I love this sticker. I love it. I just don't know where I want to put it. It is tell me I'm pretty and feed me tacos. See, that's if you ever want to
That's a
kidnap
perfect
me.
date line. That's a perfect line.
If you wanted me to say yes to date, just say, hey, you want some tacos and margaritas? And I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. And just tell me I'm pretty.
All right. So we're back onto episode 11. This
Yeah.
one's going to be a really cool episode because this is the one that we created, I think, from episode, it was either 3 or 5 that we were talking
Yeah,
about.
it's just through all our chats and sessions and interviews and stuff, and it came up in conversations. Now that we're on episode 11,
Hmm.
um, but it's badass mantras for the modern
Boom.
goddess entrepreneur. Pew
Yeah.
pew.
But yes, we've got some really good gems in here. And yes. So where shall we begin with these
Yeah.
badass
Well, let's
mantras?
let's I and I've we all hear about the mantras. It's those short things. It could be a word, it could be a couple of words, it could be a whole sentence, whatever works for you.
Hmm.
And kind of saw like how the word is what the meaning behind that word is. So like
Hmm.
man, it means mind, and then
Hmm.
tra means to transcend. So it's a tool for the mind, which makes sense, right? Told like have a mantra, have a mantra. If you think about it, it is. It's a tool for the mind. It's to transcend. So, but this one, and I know sometimes mantras, maybe people get it mixed up with cliches or like it's just it's fluffy, and it's woo wooey or whatever. But no, they really are operating principles. If you go on Google AI anything, a lot of powerful people, not and especially powerful women, whether they own an industry or CEO or wherever they're
Hmm.
at in that world, they do have their own mantra that they have, that's carried them through from the beginning to, the heights of their success. And so they are become an operating principle. So it's to really get you to, it's a tool, it's a mind tool to help, it's another tool to help you focus and rise above restrictions, the barriers, especially like when we talk about here, right? Women,
Hmm.
how, and said that about trailblazers and all through our interviews, the challenges that they had to overcome that they were facing. And these are just basically mantras, is that short, repeatable truth that cut through the fear, the imposter syndrome, the self doubt, the
Hmm.
burnouts, right?
Hmm.
So
Let's be
let,
real.
yeah,
Yeah. And let's be real. Like you all, especially if you own your own business, you know that it will test you in ways that nothing else does. And so having those, those words to focus on to help give you that energy to push through and keep going is unique.
vital
Yes.
because it's truth based. It's not wishful
Hmm.
thinking.
Hmm.
Um, it's activating, it's not a passive thing because we're action oriented. And it's grounded in action. So along with that, it is a grounding thing. So it's just not a thought, a fleeting thought. It's just not saying something. No, it's an activator. It's an energizer. It's that pew 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 thing that we keep talking about.
And it helps you
Uh,
get into to step fully into your power as
mhm.
the goddess of your business. And again, Athena's goddess. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, goddess Athena. Yes.
Exactly. And there's actual science to back this up too. There's been studies. I
Hmm.
know one of them, NIH, National Institute of Health. I mean, big, solid research institutes that have produced studies on this that regular, dedicated mantra practice can improve cognitive function, increase cerebral blood flow. Hence, we get those ideas that everything opens up, it clears, right? And improve memory. And it's kind of like, to me, it just like then sticks and then you just like go for it, right?
Hmm.
So, and Renee, how can we like, once we come up with our mantra, how can we can implement that into a practice or reminders or how we can just start bringing into our daily lives?
I'm glad you asked. That's a great question. And this is actually where I thrive because this is something I always encourage all my clients, no matter what we're working on, whether it's mantras or positive statements, there's ways to bring it out. And my favorite, well, not my favorite, but to me, it's the most important is getting in front of your face somehow, out of your head and getting it out onto something so you can visually see it and it reminds you. So, I mean, the first most common is journaling, right? Get into a journal, which is great. But what happens? You shut that journal and you put it away, right? So it's not always
Hmm.
in front of your face. And but that's a great way to start. Another one, and this one I love because I if you have a mirror in your bathroom, take a dry erase marker and write all over that sucker. Like it is, you could just go in and it wipes right off. It's not an issue. So if you have like each week you have a different mantra or you want to change it up, just take a dry erase. So when you go in the morning, boom, there's your mantra for the beginning of the day. And the funny thing with that is, and I found this out one time, is you can wipe it off, but if you take a shower and it steams up, those words will still pop up until you use Windex. So it's when
Oh,
that happened, it made me laugh. It made my day so much better because it was words that remind myself earlier that it came back. So that's another great one. If you're in your office, I always encourage like sticky notes or something that you can slap onto your monitor screen so you can see. And I would encourage you to change it out every so often because after a
yeah.
while, it just becomes background noise. So you want to change it up how it looks or the words you use or where you put that sticky note, kind of change things up. With any of this, you want to change things up. So, the next is I actually did this and I have a nice little probably about 10 of them so far is I created background screens on my backdrops on my
Mm.
computer using Canva. And like I have the one I have right up right now is actually tenacious dragonfly. So that was my word for like the year, but I added a couple different ones. So that was my word for the year. I used two words. And that way you can just change your background screen every so often. And when you see it, boom, right there it is. And that way, if you're a creative person, that gives you that outlet, like we've talked about burnout before and self-care and being creative and artsy stuff is a great outlet and coping skill. Jump onto Canva and start playing around with it and put your mantras on that. And that way you can change up your mantras on your background screen. So I love that one.
Yeah. Oh, I like
It,
that.
yeah. If you are an auditory person, you can actually put it recording on your phone, on the computer. If you don't like your own voice, you can get a friend like who has an awesome voice like Lina, and then you can just have them record it for you and have them that way you hear your own mantra speaking back to you if you're that kind of person. Um, and finally, this is the one I like, especially the creativity aspect of it too, is also you can paint or draw your
Mm.
mantra. Like you can use the words, or if you want a symbol, like the owl or the dragonfly or Athena, if you want to paint that and put it up on your wall so it's always there that you see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and just
And you
it kind
created it. Yeah.
of yeah.
Love it. Yeah, wherever your sensories are, if you're visual, auditory, if you can, tactile, whatever it is, whatever it works for you. And it is, you find it, when I started, I don't have a specific one. I have different ones, and it all depends on where I'm at in my life stage, I guess, and or what's going on. But I do have, for me, I have a whiteboard.
Oh, I
Like,
love whiteboards.
and it's just, because it's like a blank canvas. And then whatever it is, because I think for me, it changes out. It's the same concept, but it changes out. So whatever I'm doing in my daily readings and my meditations or whatever, and it's a word that sticks out. It might be like, this is what it is for the next few days, or this is what it is for the next month or so. Just again, following what's going on with you, what's going on in your heart, and you're reading something and maybe three words pop out. Grab them and put them somewhere and go for it. Love it.
All right. So if someone, Lena, so if someone is just starting out and has never done a mantra before,
Hmm.
where would be, where would be some examples or how can they kind of create some?
Yeah, so there's one that I was just kind of looking at examples, and one is like, I am allowed to be new and still be powerful.
Oh, I like that
And
one.
so this is especially like in terms of even stepping into, and let's take it into what we're talking about with who our audience is like the women in business, is don't get confused with inexperience, equating it to lack of value. That's no, right?
Mm-mm.
You're allowed to
Mm-hmm.
be new because you've done other stuff. You're just stepping into something, but you're still powerful. Because you're powerful, you are launching into something new. Because
Mm-hmm.
that takes bravery and courage, right?
It,
Um, and then like done is divine. We talked about procrastination a lot because we're looking for perfectionism. And sometimes when we're looking to be perfect, it procrastinates us to make that move. And done, DONE, is divine because you did it. Doesn't matter.
yes.
Doesn't freaking matter what the outcome is. You did it. It was the first act, right? So done is divine and perfection is procrastination, So launch it messy and then refine it later.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to our one of our what's in a name episode, and it was just like all these big companies and what their original names were, and you're like, what? And then look what they became. It didn't matter. It didn't stop them. It was
Yeah.
just a starting point, right? And then I do not need permission. I create proof. So no need to wait for validation. Okay, validate yourself and build evidence instead. Believe in that thing that you created, and that is your proof.
And I really like these, the ones that you've already told. I really like those for, especially for starting out, because
Mhm.
especially we as women, we feel like everything has to be perfect. So we have to do all the research. We have to make sure everything's right. And we've been told over and over again, no, you just need to jump. And in fact, our next episode is when we interview Chef Alex. She had that quote. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I wrote that down somewhere. She quoted about because we asked her about thinking back to your younger self, and it
Hmm.
was just jump. And I think she even said it earlier. She goes, you just jump and then you figure things out as you go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this is have confidence in what you know, because you know all this stuff for starting it, and just go and figure it out along the way as
Yeah.
you're doing it. And like you said with the name, you just
Yeah.
figure it out as you
Even
go.
with confidence, we might
Hmm.
put pressure on ourselves that we have to reach a certain level of confidence. We'll be waiting forever. So even
Yeah.
the tinge of like, grab that light and go for it. It will build over time. As you're doing more, it will build. Trust us, it will.
Well,
And then for those that are like in it and they're moving and they're growing and they're getting momentum, it's basically like a few that I found were I do not chase, I position. So really we talk about hustling, hustling, hustling. Well, scale that back a bit and it's about your positioning, you're creating the brand. You're the authority on this, right?
mm,
And you have in gaining clarity. Go for that. Because sometimes with the hustle, and then then that'd be your hustle. But the hustle sometimes it's like jumping in and just like there's no direction. There's this. No, you're kind of losing it where then other people might be dictating or whatever. You position yourself. You're in control. You're the hustle. So, um, And as my business grows, I grow. We all learn, right? We all learn. We always sit back and no matter what we're doing, there's always like, if you ever do a debrief or sitting back with a team or whatever, you always look at what was the lessons learned. If there's ever a moment where none that question isn't arisen, maybe that might want to question that. But yeah, it's always asking what lessons, because as your business grows, you grow. You grow to. We had that with Lisa, who is in the 40 years in the fitness industry and owns her own business. She started like what from the 80s. So as technology advanced, she shifted and moved her business in that direction. And so she was learning as her business was growing. Um, and then the other one is we call this Athena energy.
And I love that. I just saw that. And I was like, I wrote that down because I'm going to put that on one of our quotes on IG.
This is our goddess that runs this crew, right? Who is all about her sidekick wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
right? And instinct.
Instinct.
Okay. Woman's intuition. We're built with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can be both strategic and intuitive. Those two go hand in hand. And that's what you
Yes.
are. So trust
Yeah.
in that.
Yes, definitely. And we had the episode on burnout. So also there's those mantras for when you're facing challenges or burnout. There is this is hard and I'm built for hard things.
Yeah.
What was that quote? I just saw something earlier, something about like or maybe it was you. Was it your quote? I have been through everything I've been through. Yes, I have survived 100% of my worst days. I will survive this
Hmm.
too. I love that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yes. And this next one I think is even more powerful because we feel like when we do it, we're slacking and we're not. It's rest is a power mover, not a setback. It's
Right.
a strategic plan. Resting is a strategic plan to help take care of yourself, to help you create more energy or hold on to your energy to survive everything that you've gone
Yeah.
through, everything that you're doing.
It's a huge cue that you are listening to yourself when you do that. How many people have move, and then they took a sabbatical? And then through that sabbatical, true rest, so much more came out of it, right? It launched them into doing something else, an idea to improve something. And that's just from allowing and listening to your body and your mind and your soul that let me just sit back for a second and rest. And rest and digest. And we talk about all that kind of stuff. And there's such true, that in itself is an energy like refuel.
It is.
So
And think more about with rest, not just like a day off. Like if the day off here and there helps, great. But and this was something that came to light, was it yesterday or the day before
mhm.
when Lena was like, when was the last time you took time off? I'm like, I take time off here and there all over. But she goes, when did you actually take legitimate time off? And it's been over a year for me. So yes, so it was one of those, I need to find my rest, not just on the weekend. I need to take that at least a full week off to help recover, to recoup, to let my body heal, to do all those things. So think about maybe you do need more than just a day or two here and there. Like you mentioned, I just brain farted what you just said, sabbatical. Like if you need to take a longer time, take that because
Yeah.
creativity, a lot of things can come out when you give yourself that space to breathe.
Yeah, exactly. And go ahead, Renee. Tell you
No,
could.
I like this next
There's an
one. You
episode
go.
they could check in on. Yeah.
Oh, episode 7. No, but I was looking at the next line because I
Oh
love
yeah.
that line.
Go ahead.
No, you said it awesome earlier. When you said that, I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah. So this one is this one is boss woman Athena mantra mindset in action.
Boom.
I don't think it's a bunch of I can't even put it in. It's a wham wham. I don't know. So
Whammy.
boss woman Athena mantra mindset in action. Right. So this was inspired by having to kind of like look around, dig around. We're always looking for examples. We're always looking at people that are pretty famous and a household
Mhm.
name, and how what they go by, and what wisdom do they bestow on the rest of us. And so there was like top five, and it kind of like ties in with the action oriented thing. So, like the first one, it's so Amelia Earhart, right? She said the most difficult thing is the decision to act, right? So it's like the action part is like move fast, stop overthinking. And if you can see the pattern of where we're going with this, it's that whole procrastination having to be perfect. That's the overthinking, right? So just move,
Mm-hmm.
messy. It's okay. Be fast because indecision is costing you more than mistakes ever will. All right. There's all these lessons we
Mm-hmm.
learn from mistakes, not from being perfect. Okay.
And we tend to research, hold off until we can find the right thing because we can't quite decide which is right because we want to make sure if we have to make the right decision. Otherwise, it's going
Mhm.
to be a mistake. But that's we're contradicting everything. You
Yeah.
need to just jump and then overthink and just move. Stop
Yeah.
overthinking and just move. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Next one, Sheryl Sandberg. I think she was the one of the main co-founders. She worked with Facebook. She's come out with a couple books. I think it was like Leaning In was one of them. She said, "Done is better than perfect." So remember, done is divine.
Hmm.
Done is better than perfect. So that's execution over perfection. You see how this theme keeps threading
Hmm.
through. Perfectionism kills momentum and delays money, ladies.
There you go.
Can affect your finances. Yes.
Hmm.
So, and then um, about work ethic, right? So, Estee Lauder, a famous makeup company, I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. So, consistency is your edge. Yeah, dream big dreams. You work for it. You kick in, you have it. You know, women are known to have work ethic. I think it's undervalued and underappreciated because we are master at multitasking, bazillion things, thinking about bazillion things, and boom, 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 right? So consistency is your edge. That's your talent. And then famous Oprah Winfrey, she says, think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. So that power mindset around failure, it's reframing what failure is. Right?
Hmm.
It's a teacher. So think like a queen, ladies. You guys are goddesses.
And it is. And it is. Failure is an educational moment. I think we discussed this in one of the
Mhm.
previous episodes too, because avoiding failure is also avoiding the growth, and avoiding growth impacts revenue. So think of
Yeah.
failures or mistakes as learning episodes or learning events that's going to
Yeah.
help you grow stronger and be more powerful moving forward.
Yeah. And it can
Mhm.
be a teacher to teach you how to pivot to maybe avoid a humongous like a detriment or whatever. It's something that is even bigger. So
Mhm.
making those little failures. So it could be like a great teacher of pivoting. So being flexible through it all. Um, and then number five, we said claim your authority. Right. So Beyonce, Queen Bee,
Mhm.
power is not given to you. You have to take it. Right. No one is coming to validate you. You step into the boss role first. You are the boss. Be in it. Take ownership of it. Claim your authority. And when you claim your authority, that power, you can allow yourself to feel that power. And then, boy, you can just, that pew, pew, pew will keep going. Step into your mantra
Right.
and yeah,
And
go
take
for it.
it. Nice.
So, Renee, out of all of this, like, what is that you put it on here? This mantra I really love, a goddess mantra. It kind of sums up everything that we've been talking about.
I love it. Okay. Do no harm, take no shit.
Amen.
With the head flap. Okay.
That says it
Love
all.
it. That's it all. All right. So this has been an awesome episode. If you guys
Mhm.
want to message us what your mantras are, let us know. We'll get them up. I would love to hear everyone else's
Yeah.
mantras. Yeah, be great. And
You do
then,
that and then yeah, and then just a reminder if I don't know, if you have a name for our good wise owl, his companion, let us know as well too. And as always, if you are a woman business owner, Don't care what the scale of it is, or you're stepping out and you're just starting, or whether you're in it or you've been in it for a while and you want to come and share your story, please, we dedicate a whole hour to that. So reach us, you can reach out at us at athenaslisteningcrew@gmail.com. And if you know somebody who you would love to kind of talk them into coming on and tell their story, um, yeah, invite them and reach out to us as well.
Yeah,
Um,
because our whole mission is to support women in business. We're not here to sell anything. We're not
yeah,
here to um,
we don't have a
grow
hidden
into.
agenda.
Yes, we don't. We're just here to support women, like hear each other's stories, learn from each other's, because I know that's our big thing is to support and learn from one another. And
Mhm.
just hearing stories are just we're already hearing a bunch of amazing stories already in the
Yeah.
interviews that we're
And
doing. And I
so
know
many
there's
lessons, like so many
Mhm.
teachings, so many nuggets of wisdom that's being dropped by these women. So, yeah, we welcome and invite you to be part of that. That's all we want. That's all we're here for.
Yeah. And let us know also about trailblazers too, because I know we're always
Yeah.
searching, but there's always those hidden gems out there
Hmm.
that you don't find right away on the internet. So if you guys know of an awesome like trailblazer story, send us the
Yeah.
info and we'll even research it more and add to it because always looking for more of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Do no harm, goddesses. Take no shit.
All right. Have a great day. Until next
Yeah.
time.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.